So here I'm going to show you just how I trim. Sorry I don't have a camera guy. He went to work this morning and it's hard to get to hold still for any kind of amount of time to help me video this. So hopefully you can see that sometimes it's not just taking big chunks. Sometimes you just scrape. You just take little slivers off and then reevaluate it. And then look at it and take a little bit more. And sometimes it's hand peeling. It just depends on the dog. You know, sometimes they enclose their nail and Bee's not a fan. She's usually pretty good about it, but today she wants peanut butter, so then you can just scrape the sides off so that more dead skin can fall out of there. Sometimes that collects in there and it looks like a nail when it's not. So here's the side of it. Looks like it could take a little bit more there, but I'd be real careful because I can kind of see the end of her cuticle there. So that would be more of a scrape than an actual clip. This looks like I could shape it up a little bit better. So just take little slivers of it and look and reevaluate. Sometimes you just take the bottom and then use it as like a knife scraping or sharpening a knife. But see, that is getting a little too close. I think I'd leave that there. There's that little dark spot right there at the tip. That means I don't really want to take any more off, but there's this little side there I'd like to shape up so it doesn't get caught and snagged on clothing or carpet or whatever. But there, I mean, that's really close, so I wouldn't do any more than that. And then there's the next one. You can see the little rounded tip there. So we can take a big chunk off at the beginning, but then from there we need to shape and clean up the edges there, because that, like I said, it gets caught on clothing, it gets caught in the carpeting, and then they can rip their nails. So I like to clean those sides up a little bit if it flakes off, and that lets that dead skin out of there, and then it lets you see, you know, what's underneath a lot better. And hers are pretty clean. Some dogs that don't get done as much, like my sister's huskies, I'll go over and do a really good nail trim for. She'll kind of take the edge off, and then I'll get there, you know, every month or so, and I'll do them really, really good so they're not clicking on the floor for her. But they'll have a ton of dead tissue in there that I'll scrape out and then say, oh, that's not meat, that's just dead tissue, and then move on from there. So that's about it on that one, because her cuticle's gotten pretty long in her old age. Compared to when she was a puppy, there was nothing there, and sometimes she would just wear them off for me. I wouldn't even need to clip them. So there we got the majority of it off. So now we can just take these sides, kind of break them off, and then just clean it up with the clippers. And round it out and kind of shape it up like you're a horse farrier almost. There's a little bit of a wing on that side, but she's not giving me a good angle. So this would be one where I would just scrape. Let me get it back in there. You just scrape that side. You're not clipping. You're just scraping that off to shape it up a little bit. So that, because she's so toed in and stuff, that she wears her nails differently. They're not all just square. Some get wore shorter than others because of that bulldog stance that she has.